Dear gentlemen, today we will talk together about a topic that most men over 50 quietly wonder about, but few dare to discuss openly. What really happens to your body when you go through a long period without sexual activity? Perhaps you have been single for a while. Perhaps health issues have changed everything, or maybe life has simply become too complicated, pushing intimacy down the list of priorities. Whatever the reason, you have likely heard the saying use it or lose it, and wondered whether there is any truth to it. With many years of experience in men's health, I will bring you the most honest scientific analysis available. And I promise you, much of what you have heard has been exaggerated. However, there are real changes that do occur, and it is important that you understand them clearly. Stay with me until the end of this video, because you will know exactly what is rumor, what is fact, and most importantly, what you can do to maintain optimal health and energy, whether you are sexually active or not. Let us begin by clearing up the biggest myths I hear most often. Myth number 1. If you do not use it, it will stop working completely. Here is the truth. Your body does not automatically shut down just because you pause sexual activity. You will not wake up one day to find that everything has permanently stopped working. Your tissues, nerves, and hormonal systems all have remarkable capacity to recover. They are resilient and designed to function. They may simply go into a kind of temporary rest, but they never completely die. Myth number 2. If I abstain for too long, my sexual desire will disappear forever. Once again, this is not true. It is true that hormones and psychological factors play an important role, but taking a break from sexual activity does not mean you will lose desire for life. Your body has an incredible ability to adapt, and desire can and does return when circumstances change. Think about it. When you take a break from a hobby, you can still return to it with enthusiasm when the opportunity arises. Desire works in a very similar way. What matters is creating the right conditions for it to awaken again. Now, here is what is true. There are some real, measurable changes that can happen to your body during long periods without sexual activity. These changes are not a disaster, but they are worth understanding so you can take simple, proactive steps to protect your health. Let me explain the biology in the clearest way possible, without complex medical language. Your reproductive and urinary systems depend on 3 main factors: blood flow, muscle tone, and hormone levels. Think of them as 3 pillars holding everything up. When you engage in regular sexual activity, whether with a partner or on your own, you are performing maintenance on all 3 of these pillars. Sexual stimulation increases blood flow to the pelvic region. This increased circulation helps keep tissues healthy, flexible, and well-nourished. It is like watering a plant. The tissues stay soft and responsive. When you reach orgasm, your pelvic floor muscles contract rhythmically. These contractions act like a natural workout for those muscles, helping them maintain strength and tone. Strong pelvic floor muscles are not only important for sexual function, but also essential for bladder control and overall core stability. And finally, sexual activity interacts with your hormones in complex ways. Testosterone, the primary male hormone, influences desire, energy, and even mood. Regular activity helps keep these hormonal pathways active and responsive. I know some of you are thinking, so what actually changes if I am not sexually active? That is exactly what we are about to discuss. But first, a brief pause if you are finding this information helpful. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel so you do not miss future men's health content, and leave a comment below. Let me know where you are watching from around the world. I am always encouraged to see this global community taking charge of their health together. Now, let us break down the 4 most common changes men experience during long periods without sexual activity. Change number 1. Blood flow and tissue health. Biologically speaking, the tissue of the penis contains a type of muscle called smooth muscle. This tissue requires regular oxygen-rich blood flow to stay healthy and elastic. During an erection, blood fills the tissue, stretching it and keeping it flexible. When you go through long periods without erections, and this includes nighttime erections, which are the body's natural maintenance process, the tissue may begin to lose some of that elasticity. Imagine a rubber band that has not been stretched in a long time. It still works, but it may feel a little stiffer at first. In reality, some men notice that after a long break, erections may feel less firm initially, or may take longer to reach full rigidity. The good news is that this is usually temporary. When activity resumes, blood flow improves and tissue responsiveness often returns. Emotionally, this can be worrying the first time it happens. You may think something is permanently wrong, but understanding that this is a natural and reversible response to reduced activity can relieve a great deal of anxiety. Change number 2. Pelvic floor muscle tone. Biologically, your pelvic floor muscles, which control urination, support the bladder, and play a role in erections and orgasm, all benefit from regular contractions. When you orgasm, these muscles contract rhythmically, helping them maintain tone and strength. In reality, when you are not sexually active, you may notice subtle changes in bladder control. You might feel a bit more urgency than before, or experience occasional minor leakage when you cough or sneeze. This is often due to a slight weakening of the pelvic floor muscles. Change number 3. Testosterone and hormonal balance. Biologically, testosterone levels naturally decline with age, but regular sexual activity helps keep the entire hormonal system active and responsive. Some studies suggest that men who remain sexually active tend to maintain slightly better testosterone levels. While this relationship is complex, the reality is that during long periods of inactivity, some men notice they feel less motivated, have lower energy, or simply feel more tired and less vital. Sexual desire may decrease, creating a cycle. Less desire leads to less activity, which can further reduce desire. Emotionally, this can make you feel like you are losing a core part of yourself. Many men tell me they feel less confident, less masculine, but understanding that this is often a hormonal issue and therefore treatable can be deeply reassuring. Change number 4. Psychological effects in relationships. Biologically, sex is not just physical. It is deeply connected to mental health. Regular sexual activity has been linked to lower stress levels, better sleep quality, and improved mood. Part of this is due to the release of hormones such as oxytocin and endorphins. In reality, men who go long periods without intimacy sometimes report feeling more stressed, more isolated, or experiencing poorer sleep. If you are in a relationship, a lack of physical intimacy can create emotional distance. Emotionally, this is often the hardest part. Sex is about connection, vulnerability, and feeling desired. When it is absent, for any reason, many men feel a deep sense of loss. Here is the most important thing I want you to hear today. For most men, especially those who are younger or in their 50s and 60s with relatively healthy hormone levels, these changes are not permanent. Your body has an incredible ability to adapt. When you resume sexual activity, whether with a partner or through self-stimulation, blood flow improves, tissues regain elasticity, muscles grow stronger, and confidence returns. However, if you are dealing with significant age-related testosterone decline, or if you have underlying health conditions such as diabetes or cardiovascular disease, these changes may be more noticeable and may require medical support. And that is completely okay. Help is available. Whether you are sexually active or not, here are 4 practical steps to maintain optimal health. First, stay physically active. Cardiovascular exercise improves blood flow throughout the body, including the pelvic region. Strength training helps maintain testosterone levels. Flexibility exercises support overall function. Even a brisk 30-minute walk each day can make a meaningful difference. Second, practice pelvic floor exercises. You do not need to be sexually active to keep these muscles strong. Simple Kegel exercises, tightening and relaxing the muscles you use to stop urination, can be done anywhere, anytime. 3 sets of 10 repetitions per day is an excellent starting point. Third, consider self-stimulation. Even if you are not in a relationship, maintaining regular sexual function through self-stimulation helps preserve blood flow, muscle tone, and hormonal responsiveness. There is nothing shameful about this. It is a legitimate form of health maintenance. Fourth, check your hormones. If you are experiencing persistent fatigue, reduced desire, or mood changes, ask your doctor to check your testosterone levels. If they are low, hormone replacement therapy may be appropriate and can significantly improve quality of life. While most changes are normal and reversible, there are a few warning signs that require timely medical attention. These include sudden complete loss of erections, pain or discomfort during erections or ejaculation, Significant changes in urination, such as severe urgency, pain, or blood in the urine, profound fatigue, depression, or other symptoms that interfere with daily life. Remember, erectile dysfunction can be an early warning sign of cardiovascular disease. If you are experiencing persistent issues, do not ignore them. They may be your body's way of telling you something important about your overall health. I want to address something that is not talked about enough: the emotional burden of these changes. Many men tie their sense of masculinity, confidence, and self-worth to sexual performance. So when things feel different, it can trigger deep feelings of inadequacy or shame. You may feel like you are losing your manhood or that your best years are behind you. Let me be clear. Your value as a man is not measured by frequency or performance. Your body is doing exactly what bodies do. It is adapting to circumstances. And with the right understanding, and sometimes simple interventions, you can maintain vitality and function for many, many years to come. If you are not sexually active due to circumstances beyond your control, perhaps you are single or your partner has health issues, you are not doing anything wrong, and you have not failed in any way. Life continues. What matters is that you care for your overall health and stay informed. So, in summary, do you really lose it if you do not use it? The answer is no. Not in the catastrophic way most men fear.